Still that one, still that girl, still that chic, yeah. Still that boss making moves, getting rich, yeah. Crown on my head.
Hey y'all, what's good, what's good, what's good? I hope that you guys are doing well and taking care of yourselves and all of that good stuff and whatever and what's not. This is your girl SweetTiff, and I have some messages for you guys for today. But first, as always, we're going to welcome Spirit in, and then we will get into your messages. Holy Spirit, of pure divine white light of the Most High God, I call you into this message. I ask that you grant me the ability to deliver clear and concise messages to the listener as you see fit. We thank you for all that you are, all that you have been, and all that you will continue to be. Amen. Ashe. Okay, guys. So you could be someone who find yourself saying certain sayings like no tea, no shade. Or maybe, I don't know, you could have just recently had a conversation with someone and you said this, or maybe you were recording something, you made that statement like no tea, no shade, and went on with whatever your dialogue was. But there just could be something significant about that, okay? I'm also kind of getting something about like consuming tea as well. You could benefit greatly at this time, health-wise, even also mentally and emotionally by consuming tea, okay? The kind of tea is going to depend on whatever it is you have going on physically and or mentally, okay? Because I am kind of getting like somebody could be going through some type of it could be anything, anxiety, you could be worrying a lot about some things, whatever it is, but I am getting like someone could benefit from consuming like some type of chamomile, lavender, something that's more of a calming tea, okay? Also, I'm getting ashwagandha, which that's not a tea, but that is something that could help you just kind of woosah. All right. Also, I'm hearing magnesium as well. All right. And for clarity. All right. My disclaimers. Okay. If it is yours, receive it to be so. If it does not flow, let it go. Okay. This message is for entertainment purposes only. Okay. Any suggestions made are simply that they are suggestions from personal experience or intuitive guidance. So use your discernment. Take the messages as you will, and definitely do your research before consuming or using anything that is suggested within this video, okay? All right. Oh, and don't forget to do all that fun clicky stuff like hitting the like button, subscribing if you have not already, and leaving me a comment down below so I know how something in this message resonates with you, okay? All right, someone's name could be Sadie or Sade or something with like just like a S name of some sort, okay? Now, there's something about like, you could be someone who's quite knowledgeable, right? Whether it's just simply off of your experience, whether you've actually done a lot of research, whether you've read books, whatever it is, right? You can have certain degrees or whatever, whatnot, okay? I am also hearing something as well, which is funny because this is the first time I've ever even gotten this message, but okay, Spirit. There's something about, you could be someone who maybe you've like kind of beat yourself up in the past because you could be someone who maybe didn't finish school, or you could have had people kind of come at you sideways about not finishing school or not having certain degrees or not having certain titles. This could even be just like an inner thing with yourself. But there's something about Spirit wanting you to know that you have a spiritual degree. And that trumps everything. It's something about you within this spiritual degree. That is where all of your knowledge comes from. It comes from Spirit. It comes from Source. It comes from the direct divine source. So when anyone tries to challenge you or come up against you or make you feel any type of way, whether this is your lower self or someone outside of yourself, just kind of check yourself and check in with that and remind yourself that you have a spiritual degree. And no, this is not something that obviously you can just pick up and show people and say, hey, well, I have a spiritual degree. But you within yourself knowing this, it should be more than enough. If in fact it's not, Spirit is going to continue to align you with certain circumstances and the knowledge of self-expression when you are in certain situations. That's just going to speak for it, right? So if you're in a situation, someone questions you about whatever, or you just simply are sharing certain knowledge, it's going to be very clear that, oh, they know what they're talking about. Okay? So don't trip, all right? Because I am also getting this, like you could be doing some type of interview or doing a webinar, doing whatever, right? And you could feel like maybe you're not prepared, or you could be entering certain rooms and you could kind of feel like, am I supposed to really be in this room? And there's something about the fact that you're already prepared and you don't even know it. Or you just don't feel like you are, but you're already prepared, you already have the resources you need, and so on and so forth. Or you've already reviewed certain things that immediately when you get in this space, it's going to pop right into your brain and you're going to just flow, okay? So something about just an ebb and flow, all right? Now, there's something about, like, you could be someone who, due to certain experiences in life or certain research or certain knowledge, you could have, like, expressed certain things to certain friends, family, or just people from your hometown, people like, old co-workers, old peers, whatever, and it went in one ear and out the other when it comes to you sharing it with them, right? It's one of those, like, yeah, okay, like, they just talking, or they don't know what they're talking about, or they think they know everything. So it's like, even if they resonated and realized that what you said was real and true and accurate, they couldn't even process it and digest it because they were too concerned about the messenger, right? Whereas these same individuals end up in another space where another individual, okay, says the same exact thing later, and they take that as solid. This also could just be you've already expressed certain things to your loved ones, but they're just kind of the type that are very caught up in the matrix, and they haven't, until they hear it on the news or one of their favorite TV shows or something like that. It's like they just, to them, you're just talking, right? But then they hear it on the news, or they hear it on a whatever, or a doctor specifically has to say it, right? Someone who has actual, certificates, certification degrees, doctors, whatever. Then they say it, and it's like, oh, well, yeah, such and such already said that, didn't they? Oh, dang, maybe they do know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of one of those. So some people could be coming into the realization that, like, when you tell them things, like, you do know what you're talking about, it's just, they just couldn't see it, but it's something about now they're seeing it. And so now these people could be more open to at least hearing what you're saying and possibly trying to process it, but that's just up to you on whether you even care to hold the space, right, for that. Because some of you guys could have already just kind of let that ride, like, you know what, I'm not wasting my energy, my breath, because clearly, yeah. So take that for what you will. But yeah, some of these people, they just were too busy holding on to, the old you, or some of these people could even be like your elders, and they could just see you as, still the little you. And so they didn't acknowledge how valuable your knowledge is, right? Or how accurate your knowledge is, okay? There's also something about you could possibly be in a position where you may need to hold your tongue when it comes to an elder, or like maybe you just kind of get frustrated and you don't. I'm gonna just say this right now. At the time of me recording this, we will be entering Mercury retrograde very soon. So I would just suggest being mindful of what you say in expression, because it's something about like this person and or people, because it could be more than one individual that is an elder of yours. They're one of those people where basically they're a hypocrite. Like, they can treat people and say things to people in a certain way, and to them it's, oh, well, that's just me, and that's just how I do, and that's how, but it's like if someone addressed them in the same manner, they will be frantic, they will be upset, irritated, mad. Well, why are you talking to me like that? They like super sensitive. So this is very much someone who can dish it but can't take it, okay? But yeah, like it's like somebody is observing you for the things that you do or your mannerisms or something like that. But it's like they take no account in mind of the fact that they do the same stuff, if not worse. So like I say, it's very much hypocrite energy. So I don't know, maybe I will say this. And it could kind of it could help someone see themselves, but I do feel like this person could be upset about being called out about themselves, which it just could be due time for that, right? But just, yeah, don't call them no B's, no H's. Well, it depends on what we talk about, W or H. But anyway, if you call them a hypocrite, call them a hypocrite, and just kind of leave it baseline. Don't go too much into that, because then it could end up escalating, and I feel like you don't really want to be disrespectful to this elder, but you could just be at a point where you're just tired of them being disrespectful to you, right? Because it does go both ways. Doesn't matter about your age. You should still treat people how you want to be treated. All right. So yeah, there's that. There's also something about old recordings. You could be coming across, like, maybe you have an old phone and you're like, let me charge this up to see what I got on here. It could be something like, maybe you just got a new phone because you just want a new phone, or just, if there is something wrong with the phone, it's not too bad to where you can't still access it and see what all you have in the phone. But you can come across old recordings. This could even be like if you had a super throwback, one of those little memo recorders, and you used to record messages or used to record whatever yourself, or old essay presentations, whatever, on the device. You could be revisiting those soon, or coming across those. This could even be in your recordings and your memos in your phone. This could even be journals or old notebooks that you jotted a lot of stuff down in. Whatever it is, it's something about, but it's really more so giving me recordings, okay? But there's something about old recordings and you repurposing them, using them for something else. Now, for some of you guys are artists. And when I say artists, I mean, obviously it could be multiple different things, but I'm speaking more so on the music side of things. You could be a producer, a rapper, a singer, whatever. It's something about taking those recordings or bits and pieces from those recordings and using them as like intros, or, just some part of your album or EP or whatever, and kind of building off of that, right, to create another song or a theme or whatever, okay? Okay. There's also something about not allowing others' poverty mindset or poor mindset impact yours. Some of you guys could be in environments or around certain people, still dealing with certain individuals, and it's kind of a situation where I'm getting like, it's just like a temporary situation, but you're kind of in it at the moment. And it's not one of those where, I can just kind of walk away. So it could be a parent, an aunt, or whoever, someone close to you. But it's like something about this individual feels limited, and like they just don't have any level or capacity of mind expansion where they can like dream big. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're just focused on, this is what's in front of me, this is what it is. Oh, my credit score is this. Oh, I only make this much money, so I can never get this car or this house, or it's like they don't want to dream outside of what they feel the reality of that they have is, which for many people you would know that, visualization in itself is a very powerful manifestation tool, right? So even if you're just, doing a, Lord, what's those boards called? Yeah, I'm drawing a whole blank, but the board you do, a lot of people do them at the New Year, vision board, hello. Whole moment. But yeah, even if it's just like a vision board where you're putting, your dream car, your dream house, what you like your family size to look like, if you want a dog, if you want to be going to travel a lot, if you, whatever, right? Just whatever your level of success and happiness and joy and peace and what you choose to call it for yourself, right? It's something about like, you could be someone who your vision board is very major, it's very big, it's cluttered kind of to an extent, there's a lot on it. You have someone whereas this person is someone who they got probably 5-6 things on there. It's very minimal, it's very basic, and this is no disrespect to the person, I'm just speaking of what needs to be expressed, because they cannot, like their brain doesn't allow them to expand out into a larger vision yeah, their imagination isn't that vast, grand. Okay. But yeah, there's just something about you not taking on this mindset, which I don't feel like you will. I do have this energy of someone being very, very imaginative, very limitless, knowing that you're limitless, and yeah, there could be something about that as well, because we are approaching the spring season, aka the new year, for those who do resonate with that energy and that information. So maybe this is the time where you are going to be creating a new vision board, or you could be revisiting a vision board, and seeing if there's things that you've already kind of checked off, or if not, calling in those things to come in as we are within the actual new year at this time. But yeah, so anywho, these are your messages for now. I will be back with more messages for you guys later. I hope that they were helpful for you, and I will holla at y'all later. Alright, see ya.
Still that one, still that girl, still that chic, yeah. Still that boss making moves, getting rich, yeah. Crown on my head, ain't nobody finna snatch it. All these dreams in my bag, watch me catch it. Oh yeah, snakes in the grass, I hit a hit stall. Money in my pocket, never miss, y'all. Walking